I, 21-year-old female, broke up with my 21-year-old male boyfriend of almost a year, because he did not defend me to his friends. I met my boyfriend, Ben, in my freshman year of college. We instantly became best friends, and stayed that way until our sophomore year of college, when we both confessed our feelings. Things between us were so great. It was incredible to have someone who knew you so well, and loved being with. At around 10 months, I realized something was wrong. We always hung out at my place, which made sense, because he had so many roommates, and whenever we would talk on the phone, he would take it outside. There were a few more things, and when I asked him about it, he told me the truth. His friends hated me, and when they found out we were dating, basically told him that it was them or me, which is very complicated, since he lives with one of them. Then I noticed more things. A few times we were together, his friends would spam him with calls asking where he was. He later told me that they've been questioning him on where he's going, and when he makes up an excuse, they grill him on it. Now a bit of backstory. I met these friends the same time I met Ben. We were all friends for a while, but by the end of the year, I realized that it was all a bit toxic. It was actually something Ben and I bonded over. I got out of a lease with them, and really tried to keep as much distance as I could. They all blew up over this, calling me all sorts of names, and blocking me on every platform available. Ben and I were still friends throughout this, and he told me how he couldn't believe how insane the whole thing was. However, he was still friends with them. Another thing, one of the girls in the group had a huge crush on Ben. Whenever we would talk, she would cut into the conversation, and any time Ben and I snuck off to go talk, she would follow or find us. Eventually, we came up with places where we could talk, without her following. When we started dating, I knew the whole friend group would be an issue, but I wasn't super concerned about it. However, then he told me about all the things these friends told him when they found out we were dating, and specifically, the girl who really liked him. They were awful things to say, and he didn't defend me. I truly want nothing to do with these friends, and I want our relationship to live outside of these friends. I also do recognize that these are college friends, rather than people he will be friends with for a long time. However, I do expect him to stand up for me. I started to realize how complicated the situation was, and was so hurt that he didn't stand up for me or stand by my side. He was heartbroken when I ended things, and pleaded with me to try and figure things out. I got stubborn, and said no. I still love him, and often wonder if I should have stayed to figure things out. Was I putting him in an impossible situation? Should I have tried to figure things out? TLDR, I broke up with my boyfriend of almost a year, because his friends talked bad about me, and he didn't defend me. I am now wondering if I was being dramatic and made a mistake. Edit. Thank you all so much for your comments, advice, and kind words. It seems like a lot of people have been in a similar situation, and can relate, which is very comforting. I do have a bit of an update. A day or so ago, a mutual friend of mine and the group reached out. I have not spoken to her in many months. She reached out saying that, while she was over and visiting the group, I was brought up, where a few members then told her that they shouldn't speak to me anymore, gave a very brief description as to why. According to her, the whole thing was very aggressive. This friend told them that they all need to grow up, and she told me that because of it, she is going to be cutting them out of her life. To say I was touched is an understatement. Here is a friend, who I have barely spoken to in the past year, sticking up for me, and standing by me without me even saying a word, without me even explaining my side of the story. This made me realize two things. 1. The way they view me, and talk about me is much worse than I thought it was. 2. I can't be with someone who says they love me, all while he stands by, and lets people completely trash me. He could have stuck up for me, or made a boundary, that them talking like that is not okay around him. Instead, he stayed quiet, and kept our relationship a secret. You don't do that to someone you love. If this friend that I'm not even very close with, can do it, then so can he. There are no excuses. Thank you all so much. Comments. You did the right thing. The only option is for him to drop those friends. It's not even that he didn't stand up for you. He cannot continue to be friends with people that disrespect you, and still get to be with you. It simply cannot work. It's either you, or those shitty friends, and right now he's standing on the friend's side. You did the right thing. With him not defending you at all, it was only going to get worse, not better. You saved yourself a lot of pain and drama. The right relationships should be simple. You feel cherished, loved, and protected. Your ex did none of these things. Oh honey, I'm so sorry that you went through that, but take it from someone old enough to be your mom, who is basically allergic to drama. You did not overreact, you were not overdramatic, and you did exactly the right thing. I know it really hurts to have given a year of your life to someone you really cared about, and then watch him let people trash on you, when he was supposed to care about you, especially some other girl, and his friends, who I'm sure you'd hoped would be your friends too at some point, and not even open his mouth to stand up for you. But girl, I'm so proud of you for saying, nope, this is not okay. This feels gross, and not how anything is supposed to work, and I can't be in a relationship with someone who'll just sit around and listen to people say trashy things about me, and not think it's a big deal. I was in a relationship like that at right around your age, and, oh my god, this brought back memories of how I just sat there, night after night, thinking, well, but he's going to say something at some point. Like, he has to, right? As his friends made snide jokes about me that didn't feel funny at all. Or his best female friend, who was also his ex, made it clear that she hated me, but I was still supposed to hang around her with a smile, because she's my best friend, even though she iced me out constantly. And all I wanted was for these people to like me. I was never rude or hateful to them. I didn't even understand why they were mean to me. And he just sat there and did nothing and let them be mean to me, like it was normal. And when I finally broke up with him, it was awful, and I was so sad because I'd really cared about him. But you know what? I also felt so free, because I realized that whole time, I was hanging out with people who didn't like me and didn't want me there, and he didn't care. And why was I even wasting my time on a guy who didn't care that his friends hated me? You deserve better, so much better. And now, you are free to find someone who will not only love you, but hopefully will have friends who think you're awesome too. If you have a significant other, who you really love, you should always stand up for them, even if it is your friends who you are against. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below to share your thought. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope to see you all next time.